Elliot was barely conscious as he was dragged down the corridor. It was no doubt a stylishly appointed building, but all Elliot was getting to see was the carpet. He was only standing because a ghoul was holding him painfully under the arm, but that wasn't the part of his body that hurt the most. He was beginning to think that trying to call up a demon had been a bad plan. The ghoul heaved Elliot through a door and dropped him into a chair that faced a large oak desk. Matthias stood behind the desk, looking out over the city through the glass walls of the office. He was impeccably dressed, as always. His pinstriped three-piece suit accentuated with several rings and a necklace bearing powerful occult symbols. He turned to regard Elliot, and dispassionately indicated his neck. While at least 2 of Elliot's fingers were broken, he did his best to sit up and straighten his tie, even though it was a little slick with his blood. The price of disobedience at this stage would be worse than the pain he felt. With another, almost imperceptible nod of the head, Matthias dismissed the ghoul and settled down behind the desk facing Elliot. "Now, Magister," asked Matthias, "where do you think you went wrong?" "I would venture to suggest the summoning of a demon was a mistake. It was certainly inadvisable, as was using it to tear apart a Toreador harpy and allowing it to roam free across the city. I apologize to you, my master, and to my brother and sister mages of Clan Tremere." "I'm sure you do. But that isn't really the point, is it?" "I've learned the error of my ways," Elliot blustered. "I will never break the laws of the code again." Matthias gazed levelly at Elliot and waved for him to stop. Elliot froze, with half a word still falling from his mouth. "You are not here to offer me meaningless platitudes. If you continue to do so, we can defer this interview until you have been debriefed more thoroughly." Elliot shuddered to imagine returning to the 17th floor. He thought they had already done to him all they could think of, although he was not entirely surprised to discover he was wrong. Matthias sat back in his chair and regarded Elliot for a moment. "I still don't think you quite understand what you did wrong, or why you must be punished." At that, Matthias walked over to a nearby case and took out an ornate silver goblet. The smell of powerful blood from it was heady, making the thirst rise in Elliot. Matthias put the goblet on the desk in front of Elliot. It was another chain, set to wrap around him, more strongly than any steel. "You are correct that we take a dim view of such illegal magical practice. But you removed an annoying Toreador, and recapturing the demon was good practice for the apprentices." "Then what was my crime, if not that?" "You got caught," smiled Matthias. "Now drink."